Here it is, the $393,000 GT2 Stradale, and the only one here in the United States. What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video where you guys can tell by the title and the thumbnail that there's something very special on the channel here today. Now, we're at Maserati Central Florida in Orlando, and I know it's been a little while, but I got something that's worth the wait. Inside is the GT2 Stradale. Yes, the Maserati GT2 Stradale. They just debuted at Monterey Car Week, and it's at the dealership. Somehow they pulled it off. Maserati Central Florida got them to bring it from Monterey here to Orlando, and it's the only GT2 Stradale that we know is here in the United States. Only two built so far, I believe. So with that said, we get a chance to see it firsthand, run the truck, unpackaging it, and getting right to the nitty gritty. So with that said, I am honored. I am happy to bring this thing to you guys today. Let's check it out. Let's see what this thing is all about. She's fresh off the truck. Holy crap. Look at this thing, guys. Insane.
There's a scratch.
Wow. That is nuts. I mean, look at these seats. Look at the central tunnel. I mean, this is absolutely beautiful. There's nothing else to say. Nothing else to say. Check that out. I am so lucky. I got to see the first MC20 in the United States, and now I get to see the first GT2 Stradale in the United States. Incredible. Here it is, the $393,000 GT2 Stradale, and the only one here in the United States. As you guys can tell, this made its global debut at Monterey Car Week in August, and it was the only one made. It was in California. Now Maserati has made two of them, and the other one made its European debut, but this is the only other Maserati GT2 Stradale, and it is here in Central Florida. Now, before it gets tucked away inside, I want you guys to see the digital Aero matte, which is a crazy paint color. And as you guys can see, the Florida sun doing its thing. The flakes look incredible. Check this out. Carbon fiber up front, new aggressive front fascia, blue trident up front, aggressive hood done in matte carbon fiber as well. I'll tell you guys the option breakdown and the prices in a moment. The louvers up front in carbon fiber. Central lock 20-inch wheels, carbon ceramic brakes, blue calipers there as well. The GT2 Stradale badging right there with the carbon fiber kit, matte kit. The rear louvers there in carbon fiber as well. Look at the wing, optional wing that adds 800 pounds of downforce for this model. 800 pounds. It's an optional wing, but it's adjustable, and that looks crazy on top of the other carbon fiber wing. And then the rear diffuser in carbon as well with the black exhaust tips. Check that out. Carbon fiber roof. I mean, this is stunning. So here it is, guys. Now tucked inside of Maserati Central Florida. This is the GT2 Stradale. $393,000 base price for this thing, and with that, it is a 2025 model year. Now, it has 631 horsepower, which is 10 more than the regular MC20 road car, but it's 640 CV. Now with that, you're looking at 538 pound-feet of torque, and that's going to give you a 0 to 62 miles per hour time in 2.8 seconds with a top speed of 201 plus miles per hour. Now this is 60 kilograms lighter than the regular MC20 road car, has an 8-speed dual clutch trans, you have a trunk with 3.5 cubic feet of space, and you have an adjustable rear wing. This rear wing is actually optional. You don't necessarily need to have this one because you got this one down here as well. But if you do option out this wing, well, then you're looking at an extra 800 pounds of downforce. So this is for the track. This is ready. Now, with that said, you can drive it on the road, but you can do it on the track with this wing and get the most performance out of it. Now, keep in mind that we also have carbon ceramic brakes, as you guys will see here. And we have a central locking nut right there in the middle. We'll go back over this in just a moment. We also have Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2 RS tires as well, and track suspension on this car. Now the seats, and again, we'll go into depth in this in just a moment. I want to do a quick overview. You can either do a 3-point or 4-point harness, and you don't necessarily need to get these seats specifically. You can get the standard MC20 seats, and you can option out a carbon backing as well when it comes to this model. But look at this thing. It is just a beauty. We're going to talk about the options here, some of the options that I do know, and how much they actually cost on this GT2. So first, let's talk about this beautiful paint, digital aura matte, which looks incredible. And again, we saw this on the outside, but we can still get a little bit of glimpse on it in the inside. Get a little closer, you guys can see where the light is hitting it and how those metallic flakes really show out. I mean, the paint is just incredible. Maserati does paint so well. Now let's take a look at the front fascia, because this is where the aggression comes in when it comes to the GT2 Stradale. And as you guys will see, this front fascia done in matte carbon fiber, which the whole matte carbon fiber body kit costs $39,600. That means the front fascia, the side skirts, and the rear diffuser. That doesn't count the other carbon fiber bits, which we'll go over in just a moment. But you guys can see the blue trident, which we've never seen on a Maserati before, looking really cool. The mesh honeycomb style grille. I mean, come on, that looks so good. I'm just trying to soak it all in as I can. Now you guys will also see the Maserati classic logo right up front, that digital aura matte shining through. And you will also see something else that makes the front fascia special, and it's that carbon fiber hood. Now the carbon fiber hood is $4,400. And with this option, you get the louvers here, which you guys can see in that, obviously for extra cooling all the way through, functional, of course. Now, right now, you also have the nostrils that you normally have for the MC20 right here. You guys can see those. All right, and then you have louvers right here on the front fenders. Now those are in matte carbon fiber. You don't necessarily need to get those in matte carbon fiber, but if you do get those, they're $5,500 for these front fenders. Worth it in my opinion. If you get an MC20 GT2 Stradale like this. Now let's talk about the side profile of this thing, because it looks just as aggressive as you guys will see here. Now there is an airlift suspension on this, so you can raise this around, I want to say 1.4 inches and 3 degrees when it comes to the lift on this. So I'm not exactly sure where it's at right now, but it can be lifted and lowered when it comes to the suspension. And again, we talked about that. It does have a track focused suspension. Now up top, we've seen this on MC20 models before, and that's the carbon fiber roof going all the way across, done in matte, down to the front part of the pillar, right into the front fender. Now you will also see that we do have the matte black mirror caps as well. The GT2 Stradale badging here, where you would normally see MC20, looking really good in blue with gloss black. And then obviously we gotta talk about these wheels. All right, Cup 2 Michelins. We have blue calipers, white script. The center lock, where it's blue around as well with the trident to match, which looks really good. Matte black wheels, 20 inches, and carbon ceramic brakes. This wheel setup, these shoes look so good. Your side turn indicators right there. And then the carbon fiber side skirt, again, part of that $39,000 carbon fiber body kit, looking so good. Now, when we come to the rear quarter, you can see that these louvers are huge. And just like the rest of the louvers and everything when it comes to airflow here, this is going to be great for cooling and airflow when it comes to the whole setup. Now, when that comes into play, well, we're looking at spending around $3,800 for these carbon rear louvers. So, hey, if you want them to look good while they function well, that's what you're gonna shell out. Now, we do have the Trident right here in black as well, a nice glossy black finish, looking really cool. And then come down to the lower, where we will see Maserati Fierce Series. Yes, the Ad Personam customization program, where you can do what you want when it comes to the spec of these cars. Well, we have the badging here to make it all possible. But look at this thing, look at it in the light, just look at how this shines. It's incredible to see all of this together, man. And we haven't even gotten into the inside yet. Now let's take a look at the rear profile, because this is going to be the most aggressive side of the GT2 Stradale. Look at this thing. And I mean, it only makes sense if you option out that carbon fiber wing. Now this wing is going to cost you an extra $5,500 for this wing option out. And then you have the carbon fiber wing right here on the trunk lid that you're used to for the MC20. But on the GT2 Stradale, we have it here as well in matte carbon fiber, black script right there as well, and the tail lamps that we are used to for the GT2. Now you'll also notice that we have the Euro plate, letting you know that this is definitely not registered here in America. As you can see, this is a Euro spec car, which means, well, we can't take this out on the road, unfortunately, and drive it. Now we do have the big carbon fiber rear bumper and diffuser fused together like we're used to for the MC20, but for the GT2, well, we have a really aggressive shark fin style with the black exhaust tips as well. And you have the grill right there set up, the grill here set up, again, for extra cooling, airflow, everything going through for the mesh grill. This looks so aggressive with that shark fin, and then the reflectors there. I mean, come on, take a look at all of this. It is crazy. Third brake light integrated right here. And then obviously we need to talk about what's underneath there. So with the trunk lid open, this looks like a transformer. Check that out. So you guys will see forged carbon right underneath here. All right, and then we go down. We got 3.5 cubic feet of space when it comes to the trunk, and that's all the space we have, not that 0.8 or 0.3 or whatever up front, and I'll show you why in just a moment, because we got a little space underneath this Fierce Series MC20 GT2 Stradale car cover, which is really cool. And then obviously this is what we need to worry about, right? That twin turbo 3-liter V6 Nettuno engine. For the GT2, we're making 10 horsepower more at 631 horsepower, 640 CV. So again, you're looking at 201 miles per hour plus. There's probably no official time on this, but I'm sure it's a little bit higher than whatever Maserati says with that 2.80 to 60 and the 8-speed transmission here. So with that said, again, we've seen this before. Again, for the GT2, it looks basically the same, but with this, the rear wing is going up, and again, it looks like a complete transformer when all this is blown out. Looking really good, but just wanted to show you that it's somewhat functional under here. So I did mention about 3.5 cubic feet of space in the rear, and there's no space up front that we used to have, and there's a reason why. Because we need this thing to breathe through the front bonnet. So as you guys will see, the hood where we have the carbon fiber gills there, well, this is the breathable here. Now you can obviously remove this, and there you do have a little bit of space, but I wouldn't necessarily put anything back there since all that is exposed. You don't want anything falling underneath there. So that's why this is here. They do have the 12-volt DC right there though, so if you do want that, but for the most part, you're gonna stay from out of here unless you need to go and fill up that windshield wiper fluid. So I'm gonna do the Maserati thing per usual and lift up the doors because MC20, right? We have to. So we'll go up with door number 1. This will give us a reason to spin around the car. And then we'll go up with door number 2, open up the wings, and now look at it. That is gorgeous. So now would be a good time to check out the interior while we have one of the doors up to see what makes this thing special. Now, keep in mind, 60 kilograms of weight savings, you're gonna see a lot of it in the interior here today. So we have a couple things we can do with the inside of this car, but will you look at what we have here today? Wow, before I even get into this, because I gotta say a lot, we do have things like doing regular seats where we can do those, and those carbon seat backs will be $5,000 for the carbon seats on the regular seats. Then you can do also 6-way power seat, which we actually have here. I'll show you in just a moment. $2,530 for that. You can also do the Sonos Faber sound system, which you guys will see the speaker here, and that is going to cost you around $4,000. The alarm system is $2,000. The interior carbon pack is $8,600, and the ADAS or driver assistance $4,000. So there's a couple of things on here, and I didn't even mention everything that you can do with the inside of this car. But before we get there, we can see that we have complete Alcantara doors here, and that is definitely going to be some weight savings with the blue stitching all throughout. And then the exposed dry carbon fiber, or forged carbon fiber, shall I say, right here. The dry carbon fiber is right underneath here. All right, so forged carbon, dry carbon. Now, you will see right here on the side sill, done in carbon fiber. GT2 Stradale in yellow, which looks really good. You'll also see right here that we don't have an actual mechanical door pull. We got a strap right here, which makes it even more race car. All right, but you do have a button to open it up right there. That's an electric button as well, because we still have our e-latch. Now then, come inside. You can do 3 or 4-point harnesses, so 3 or 4 for these seats, and these look so cool, done in blue Alcantara and carbon fiber. Wow. Made in Modena with the yellow strap. This just looks crazy. You can see the harness bar right there in the back as well. How incredible are these seats? That is cool. Now, you can adjust them by moving them up and back by using this bar here, but you can also adjust the tilt by doing this here, and it tilts the entire seat. So can you guys see it there? It's tilting the seat. Look at that. So you can use the adjustable power seat there as well. But again, weight savings. They also saved weight by making this telescopic steering wheel right here manual. So you actually pull that and you pull it up and down, but you don't necessarily have this move forward and backwards or up and down via, power. It's actually manual. You'll see the carbon fiber paddle shifters right there, as you guys will see, right behind the steering wheel with the Alcantara sides. Carbon fiber right there in the center, blue start stop button, launch control button, all the good stuff we're used to. Alcantara all throughout the dash, carbon at the top, Alcantara through the dash on that side too. We'll go to that side just so you guys can see that a little bit closer. And then you also see in the center armrest, complete carbon fiber with Alcantara. Now, looking down here, the floor is bare carbon fiber, bare carbon all the way through there, and we have the aluminum pedals as well, keeping everything just stripped down, but everything that you know and love from the Maserati MC20. Now, getting a little bit closer, you guys will see the new central tonal here with our drive mode selector right there and our gear selector, and then our reverse right there with the window controls, lock controls, and radio controls right there. And then we do have a Made in Modena badge right there with a little center spot for your arm and your phone. And then you have USB 2.0 USB-C plug-in right there. You guys will see that we do have a rear window to see, well, not necessarily see as much, but store our Nintendo V6 engine. Now I had to come to this side because we have the fire extinguisher there. All right, very race car. We have the GT2 Stradale with the Italian flag right here over the glove box. And then, which is really cool, we have the VIN number on the carbon panel there. Look at that. For the carbon tub, we have the VIN number and aluminum plating. How cool is that? And again, you can see the seatbelt seats, the Maserati Trident on the straps, the Trident right there, and the Alcantara, fully Alcantara headliner, pillars. This whole thing is just the best of what Maserati has to offer in the 2025 model year. And wow, this is incredible. Cool to see the Gran Turismo right behind it as well. Now, of course, I had to sit inside of this thing because I had to test out these seats, and they're not too forgiving, but they're not supposed to be. That's what racing seats are for. So these will hold you in place. That's for sure. You can definitely feel it up here. If you can squeeze in here, you're not going to squeeze out. This is going to hold you in. This is going to be the best for high performance driving. That's what you would use this for. So again, I think that they did a pretty good job with this thing. This is awesome. This interior is something else. And again, just seeing it from this perspective, I feel like this feels race car. And this is a race car for the road. So again, it's really cool to be in this position, to be able to see this like this. not too many people are going to be able to sit in a car like this. So I'm going to soak this in, and just hopefully you guys are experiencing this with me and enjoying it, because how awesome is this? All right, so what did you guys think about the GT2 Stradale? That is such a gorgeous car. It is such an aggressive car. It is everything all in one. You guys are the only one to see it outside of an event. It made its global debut at Monterey Car Week in California, and it made its European debut in a different spec with a completely different GT2 over there in Europe. So this is the only one in the United States, and this is the one that you guys saw that was debuted, and now seeing it in person, or basically in person, what do you guys think? Drop those comments down below. Now, big shout out to Maserati Central Florida for letting me take a first look at this thing. Make sure you guys check the description below for the link to their website, get their inventory, and make sure you guys call them up and maybe put a deposit down on a GT2 Stradale. Now, if you guys want to help further support the channel, check the links in the description. Give the video a big thumbs up, but subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys click that notification bell so you don't miss any videos to come. With that said, we will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.